First met Robert when we were in school, in comprehensive school, so we went through school together. Big personality, always joking. He was always smiling and laughing and joking with people. Everybody liked him. He just got on well with so many people. And that's what attracted me to him first of all. We were just talking and decided, yes, we wanted to get married, and that was after 6 months. So we got engaged then, and then married 18 months after that. He was always up and out doing things. He wasn't one for just sitting down and watching the television. We were always going out places, doing different things. So he was a very, very proud father. He talked to them a lot. He'd play with them. He'd do whatever they wanted, take them wherever they wanted, go out walking with the dog. He would get up in the middle of the night feeding them. He was a great father. He worked as an officer in a uniform for quite a long time, started in Blackwood, working on the beat, as they said. And he was also driving in the police force as well. He worked in CID, and he went away for quite a while on a CID course. He was a police mentor as well. He just loved everything he did, the training, meeting people, talking to people, all different kinds. And he never talked down to people, so even people he would be arresting or involved with in work, he did seem to have some sort of rapport with them as well. He was involved in quite a few distressing cases. One was with a child abuse and abduction, and one was a big coach crash where a lot of disabled people were killed, and he was the first on the scene then. He'd always enjoyed drinking, and he would brew his own beer, but he never had a problem. He would never get drunk. He didn't have to drink every day, but I think the pressures of the job and not being able to talk openly about it, he always put on this facade of coping well, laughing and joking, and he would drink to black it out, I think. He wouldn't drink a lot in company, but he was drinking a lot on his own, going out on his own and walking the dog, and he'd drink a lot when he was out then. And he wasn't so involved in activities with the children. I was tending to do it all on my own. So his behaviour changed in that way. He would stay in a lot of the time. He would lie a lot about what he was doing, where he was going. He was constantly lying, very, very deceitful, hiding letters and things that we had and running up debts. The person he changed into when he was drinking wasn't very nice. He was never violent or anything like that, but everything revolved around getting a drink. But we had 7 years of that, him drinking very heavily. The police force then finished him on ill health with post-traumatic stress. There was a lot of help there for him, but he didn't take a lot of it. He would do a little bit and then he would go back drinking again. So it was very distressing for the children, seeing their father drunk a lot of the time. My youngest wasn't aware of everything. She was only 5 when it started. The eldest one has gone through the most and found it the hardest because she was aware of everything that was going on. And she was very, very angry with him when he died. It's only in the last couple of years that she's come round to understanding it and forgiving him for what he did, and understanding that it was an illness, not really the person he was. He was in and out of hospital quite a lot with burst esophageal varices, and he would end up in intensive care. So we did end up splitting up for a while because of all the debts he was running up and the effect it was having on the children. We did get divorced, and then that came through, and 4 months later he was found dead in the flat. The one day nobody had any contact with him was, the day he died. My first thought was having to tell the children and how they would cope with it. Although we knew, because everyone kept telling us he was going to die, we couldn't carry on like this much longer. He had so much liver damage. It was still a shock when it actually did happen. And one of the first feelings was, it's awful to say, was relief that each day was going to be normal-ish from now on. We weren't going to have to worry about waking up every day and what was going to happen next. I couldn't have coped without the help of the Police Dependents Trust. I think we would have lost a house, definitely. And maybe would have had to go and live with my parents or something like that. And that would have been distressing for my children as well, I think, or for all of us. But they definitely helped us maintain and keep on top of things. They've helped with things with the children in school, with a computer. I've also had a car as well. I couldn't afford a car, and the other one I couldn't use anymore because I was changing my job, and that was a lease car. So they bought a car for us. You do feel proud and afraid to ask for things, but that's what they're there for, and you shouldn't be too proud. They will help you. And nobody needs to know about it if you don't want them to. I think people are reticent. I think some people don't know about them, maybe. But it's all confidential, and everyone is so supportive. No one is judgmental of anything at all. I've had nothing but support over the last 7 years.